Andrew Decker episode part 2. Kanga decided the first one ran its course and she turned off the fucking video.
She didn't think what we were saying was very important.
I don't think that's what we're saying is very important either.
I never thought what I had to say was very important. Nope. No, that's not true. I did talk about aliens when I was in school. They asked us to do a project where we try to make other people believe something that you believe that isn't easily accepted.
Oh, okay.
And I picked aliens. I was very proud of that speech. I had a lot.
It's pretty hard to argue against. Like, I don't think there exist aliens. Okay, tell me why. Well, yeah.
You could also say I don't believe that women hang out at fucking truck stops just to give people AIDS and write on their windshield when they wake up, "Welcome to the wonderful world of AIDS," but it exists.
Man, it's like the trucker's like, not only do I have AIDS, but I've got to explain this to my wife. This is going to be an interesting conversation.
Oh, dude. Why would you fuck a lot lizard? Ugh. I mean, just the term alone makes me think, like, she has a tail. I don't know. I know they don't, most likely. I'm sure a couple of them do, but...
Yeah, bro, but I was like, fuck it, you know.
I just pulled that thing to the side and just kept going. Otherwise, it was poking me in the stomach every time I thrust into her, you know. Don't thank me, thank the ladder. Yeah. Life sucks. Don't fucking reach for the stars, kids. You won't make it.
Yeah, things are getting fucking difficult by this point.
What you should do if you're young and haven't picked a major yet, get into meteorology. Those fuckers don't ever have to be right. And they get paid like a lot of money to never, ever, ever be right. They're right the day of because, you know, it's really hard not to predict it at that fucking point. But you wait, you know, a week before. I'm an outside worker. That shit drives me nuts. They tell me it's going to be one temperature. Oh, no. By the fucking day that it happens, it's 8 fucking degrees hotter. And I have not prepared for that. And I'm dying now. Fuck those assholes and their fucking asses. They can go to fucking hell. But, for you kids out there, I would say the same thing about you when you become a meteorologist. But you still be rich and famous. That's all that matters.
I think being famous would suck.
Well,
it's like
Eminem level, yeah.
It's like people are looking at you and you're trying to do stuff. I don't like people looking at me now. I'm not famous.
Local fame and actual fame are two different things. You can be famous here and go somewhere else.
Yeah. Like if people actually started watching Crown of Thoughts and it got too big, I could move to Virginia. They don't watch Crown of Thoughts in Virginia.
No, they don't give a fuck what you think.
The feeling's mutual, by the way.
That is Virginia.
I think people...
I'm sorry, I didn't know you were there, Putter. Oh, I'm so sorry.
The times I've been to Virginia, the people were super nice compared to a Pennsylvanian.
Yeah, but I doubt they're watching fucking blogs or vlogs or whatever the fuck this is.
Yeah. This is fucking chilling by the fucking record player.
Stop licking me.
The cat, not only did she end the first episode, but she's still not done, man.
She wants attention, I get it.
We already did your episode, Kangan.
I like attention too. I've been very lonely lately. This isn't really for anybody's business, but I haven't had sex with my girlfriend for over 2 years. Yeah.
That's a scenario.
Yeah, we've been dating the whole time. Yeah.
Does she have a tail?
No.
Is that why?
No. Wouldn't matter if she did.
You'd be like, bro, fuck it.
The main reason she's not allowed in my house because of this stupid fucking disease.
2 years?
Well,
I thought it's been like a
year and a half. But for that, we were having we just got back together phase type deal. And she had a brand new child. So time really wasn't available. You really want to be a part of this.
This cat will not. She's trying to control everything.
Hey.
She's like, fuck the first one.
Why are you attacking me?
Yeah, she's vicious.
I don't have anything you want.
The cat will fucking...
Oh, yeah, I do.
Every time I go to another room, the cat darts and runs and tries to get stepped on. Basically runs into my feet.
Can she have a piece of jerky?
Yeah, she won't eat it, though. She'll get all excited about it and then walk away. Like, I'll be eating something and the cat won't leave me alone. It's getting right where I'm eating and I'm like, chill out, cat. And then I'll give it some and we'll walk away and not eat it.
Stop it. I'm not plaything. Unless you're my girlfriend and we actually had time together. And I'll be her plaything all day.
You and me both, man. Just...
Hey, I don't blame you. She's hot.
Dude, I watched this fucking awesome movie last night. I don't know what the fuck it was called.
That's pretty badass.
And it's sick of it all in H2O. It's a flyer, like some old flyer. And that's Soul Asylum. Opening for them is Satyricon, a black metal, death metal band. And then the main event is Soul Asylum. They sing that Runaway Train song. I don't understand it at all. It's like, it makes me think it's like a piece of abstract art.
Never come back. One way. Wait, no. Wrong way on a one-way track. That's such a depressing video. I love it.
I've always liked that song growing up. I don't know why. Because it's depressing, probably.
That Weezer song speaks volumes for me. He's saying how he likes only sad songs.
Is that... I don't know what song.
It's a brand new Weezer song. It's been out.
A new Weezer song?
They're still making music.
There's still Weezer? You wouldn't think that.
You wouldn't, but I love Weezer, and I don't know anybody who doesn't.
Pull the string off my sweater. That's totally not at all what it is. The song where he's...
I know what you're saying, but
pull
yeah.
the string and walk away.
Yeah.
What the fuck ever. I love that one.
Yeah, my brain's not working in that way either.
It's a 44 types of weed.
Yeah, it's not allowing
It'd
me
be
to...
a goddamn miracle I could remember the lyrics for that.
I don't think I could do I'm a little teapot right now. It's fucking weird. My brain's just like, I can talk about shit, but actually remembering the sequence
details.
of words, that's a little off right now. Well, that being said, I'm going to go off camera for a second here. Hope you know what I'm doing.
I was having a cup of coffee, and it's a serious cup of coffee. Doesn't want people...
44 cups of coffee.
Yeah. I had 44 cups of coffee this morning. I did that before. I wish that maybe if I adjust the how bright it is. Yeah. I don't think it makes any fucking difference.
Oh well. Oh, that's some good jerky.
There's
But
fucking.
that bitch is not gonna make any money there, man. She is just not. It costs $19 for one of these size bags, but there was a deal. You buy 2 bags at this size, it's $36. It was a better.
$36. Like someone's got $36 for fucking.
I did.
To the point where they'd make business.
Oh yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I'd buy it too because it's fucking.
I
Your
like
average person.
I like gourmet jerky. I'll try.
They have fucking crickets, like sour cream and onion fucking crickets. I've eaten them.
Excuse me.
I don't know if they still do. When I went there, it was like a little box of crickets, man.
I didn't get the honey barbecue because they didn't have it in the share size bag. They only had it in the snack size bag. And I was like, well, I wanted to get the honey barbecue and this cherry maple. Cherry maple.
I'd try
But-
that one.
Yeah. But she was like, we're having problems because there's a meat shortage and we're having trouble getting the ones that we want. Well, we're supposed to get it next week. Da, 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 da. So she ended up selling me on this stuff called prime rib beef jerky. Hot chicks can sell me just about anything. Sorry, I'm a guy. I don't really have anything I can say against it.
Remember when we would steal all the beef jerky?
I remember eating a lot of it.
What's her name that worked there?
Linda.
Yeah, man.
Linda and Jeff.
She was awesome. Jeff, not so much.
I still see Jeff all the time. I haven't seen Linda in years.
Jeff's the kind of person I would think would torture birds and have child porn on his computer.
There was something that happened with a child.
Oh my god.
It was a long time ago.
Dude, it's because he just seems so fucking creepy, man.
Yeah.
Like when you're watching a movie about a serial killer, it's like, oh my god.
I'm surprised I never told you that. Yeah, Jeff did something. I don't know what it was, but it was enough that he's on the list.
Megan's Law.
Yep.
Someone was like defending someone once to me, and he's like, and that's what happened, and they put him, you know, he got put on Megan's Law for that. And I'm like, well, you don't get put on Megan's Law because you fucking saved a fucking child from a burning building.
Well, you can get it. You can get on that. I think just for public, like jerking off.
What?
Yeah.
I gotta be more careful, man. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you gotta go to places like Albuquerque to do that. For some reason, it's okay there.
Now there is like a scenario if let's say she's like 16 and the dude's like 18 or 19. Like, is that a thing then? That's the seems like the age.
It's a state by state thing with the age thing. Like this state, for instance, if you were 19, let's say you're 18. When I was a kid, I think they shortened it, but when I was a kid, I was able to date a 15-year-old while I was 18 because we started dating before I turned 18. And I don't understand how it worked. I just knew it was all legal.
Yeah, you had like a lab coat on
And
and looking
when
at the fucking.
I turned 19, she was still 15. And it was still okay at the time. I don't understand how any of it worked. No, that's not true. No. Yes. That was all, yeah, she turned 16 like right after I turned 19. Yeah.
Because
We're
it's technically 3 years. But there is, like, the younger you get, 3 years means a lot more.
However, you go to a state like Georgia, 15 is the age of consent.
I remember hearing that fucking like 10 years, or like when we were kids. I remember hearing that about Georgia.
In the military,
That's
we
weird
were
to
told that in this state, it is 15. 15 is the age of consent. But if any of you are caught with a person under the age of 18, you will serve time in jail. Because that is not the military's rule. Military, you must be 18.
Anywhere, basically.
Well,
Just Georgia.
Well, no, there's a lot of states that you can be 16.
It happens so often in Georgia. They're like, all right, guys, fuck it. We can't police this shit no more.
My one co-soldier was actually sneaking fucking 15 and 16-year-olds into his fucking room every night. He was getting it, man.
That's disgusting.
He made us call him N-word Shay. His name was Shay. He made us say it. And he was like, you can't be my friend if you won't say it. He kept on you, too. It was fucking weird.
Yeah, man.
Then when she said it, he calmed down. He was like, good. And I even asked him one time, why did you make me say that? Because I wanted you to say it. If you can't say it, then I don't want to talk to you.
He wants to be in charge of the situation.
I guess. And he owned it. That makes a lot of sense, actually. That helps a lot.
I just wouldn't talk to him. Because it's like, fuck you.
He's one of the few people that were stoner, same mind type deal.
Oh, he wasn't saying it like an asshole. Like, you will just. He was like, yo, I ain't gonna talk to you if you don't call me this.
Yeah, you're not cool.
Okay, alright. I'm thinking in my head of something different.
And he was black.
Fucking.
I've had weird situations in my life. I'm not going to apologize for that. I think I dealt with the situation in the only way I could. I fought him as much as I could for a long time. He got me though.
What, just call him by that name?
Just once. He just wanted once.
Oh, you actually didn't do it.
Oh, I did it, but just once. I called him by his actual name after that. He's a weird guy, man. But he fucked more chicks than everyone I knew in the military combined while I was in the military with him. That dude, so many women. Not one of them black.
I wonder.
Not one.
I wonder if he made them call him that name.
I doubt it. I had one dude I became friends with. It was so weird. I was sitting at the bus stop in Iraq. I was by the chow hall. And he sat down next to me and he turned to me and he was like, have you seen my baseball? No, I haven't seen your baseball. I lost my baseball. I need my baseball. I'm sorry you lost your baseball. If I see it, I'll let you know. I'm just trying to deal with the situation best I can.
This was a dude in the military?
Yeah.
He held a gun?
No, yeah. Well, eventually I was like, how long are you going to talk like this before you drop the act? And then he's like, alright.
Oh.
And I was like, so what brought that on? I was thinking about home. I had this friend I would fuck with all the time. We went to the mall one time, and he was talking these girls up, and I went up to him, and I was like, Joey, I lost my baseball. And he'd ignore him. And, please, I want my baseball. And he says to the girls, don't pay attention to him. He's just acting like a retard. I'm not retarded. I'm not retarded. You know he can't call me that. And the girls would get all offended by the guy and fucking walk away and shit. Why the fuck would you do that, man? Hey, you want to go get a burger? He became an instant friend.
He's like
he became an instant friend.
He's like, bitches, look, I'm trying to chill. I don't give a fuck. You ain't sucking my dick. Look, I'm trying to go get a burger.
I couldn't not become his friend after that story and explanation of the situation. Just the way he was willing to do that to another soldier. I mean, in the middle of Iraq, of all places. I mean, it was a very random, weird fucking thing to do, and he ended up being a really cool guy. We hung out a lot after that.
I imagine because he scares all the girls away, fucking acting like a retard.
No, he never pulled that shit with me.
It's like, now you gotta hang out with me.
I had a lot of strange characters.
Did you say you drove a fucking vehicle that transported other vehicles?
It was called a heavy equipment transfer system. We called it the HET. Had 40 tires on the trailer and 8 tires on the truck. The tires on the truck were 500 pounds each. The trailer tires were about 150 pounds each. It was 4 sets of 5 on each side, and as the trailer turned, each set would turn a little more. That way you didn't have like a normal trailer that cuts real close to things. It would actually shoot itself out and follow the way you'd want it to follow. So it's on the exact same trail that your truck is. Say there's an IED in the middle of the road. You can surpass that by going directly with it in the middle.
An ID.
IED.
What's that?
I can't remember the I know fucking for someone that was in the military that long, but explosive device is the ED.
Like a landmine or something like that.
There is a lot of different kinds of EDs, UED, IED, something other ones. I didn't really give a fuck. I just knew people were trying to kill me and was on the lookout for them. You know, they put me in the front a lot.
Did they put people in the front so they can find their baseballs?
No. I was what's known as the Pathfinder. Everybody would stay exactly in the same wheel, like stay directly in the same tracks as me, wherever we would go. I never hit any explosives. No one ever blew up on any of my missions when I was driving. Except for the gun trucks, because the assholes did not stay on our tracks. They drive off to the side and fucking blow up. Assholes. Watched one get turned into Swiss cheese.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you about, that story. The dude getting blown up.
Oh, I was blown up too on my very first mission, but I wasn't driving.
I got better.
It was pretty awesome, man. You see it, then you hear it, and then you feel it. Because time is slowed in those situations. So I saw the flash, then I heard the boom, and then I felt the rush of the explosive against the truck. When I saw it, I went like this.
That's crazy. I'm imagining it the way you're describing it.
It happened.
That's almost what it like. Remember when we were in that car accident? That's almost how that was. Well, you know, it wasn't an explosion. That was fucking crazy.
I woke up in the street, so I didn't have the same experience. I had my eyes shut.
Well, you had a fucking interesting experience.
I had my eyes shut when it happened. I didn't even know what was happening. I heard a woman's voice tell me to keep my eyes closed.
I didn't know what was happening either. It felt like a duster hit. It felt like I took a duster hit, and then all of a sudden there's ambulances. And well, I had to get flown out with a helicopter.
I know, man.
That's awesome, man.
You lucky dick. I had to fucking...
Who else can say, yo, They came just for me. I'm that special. They gave me a helicopter ride. They're like, Aaron has got to get better.
They drove me an hour and a half through fucking back roads. I puked so many times, dude.
Totally different story. we stopped at a gas station. They had to take a bathroom break and stretch.
Oh, poor Purple. He went another. We went 3 different directions.
Did we all go to a different
we
hospital?
We went to different hospitals.
Why?
I don't know.
Where did Purple go?
I don't know.
He broke, his jaw was hanging off. He's like,
they wouldn't fucking set it for him, and he was like freaking out on him when he was at the hospital. And when he was finally left alone, he took the bar on the side of the bed and went and fixed his jaw.
That's Purple for you.
Because it hurt so damn bad because it was outside the fucking just hanging there, and it was just like every time he moved at all or breathed, it was like trying to rub against, and it was just driving him insane. I understand completely. Because I have pains that, sometimes you just fucking go an extra mile because if you fucking give yourself just a little more pain, that fucking pain that you're experiencing will go away. I know that feeling.
He opened the door because I was hanging in the door. He opened the door and pulled my seatbelt off, and I fell on the ground. But his jaw was like, it was just hanging open, and he's trying to talk. He's like, "Are you okay? Like, how are you doing? I'm gonna go check on Shag." And his fucking face was hanging off. I'm like, "What just happened?" He's like, "What just happened?"
When he got to me, he actually was holding it all together, and he was like, "Hey, Shag, you okay?" And when I woke
holding
up,
his face on.
when I first woke up, I looked from right to left. I opened my eyes. I was in the middle of the fucking highway, and glass. Oh shit! Because I saw the minivan, and it was smashed. Like, if you have the van like this, this part was like this. I shot out before the vehicle went up over the minivan. That's what happened. It didn't fucking hit and spin, y'all. It fucking ramped off your fucking, the minivan, went over and landed 50 feet past.
Like some extreme sport or something.
Because he slowed down to 98 miles an hour when he struck us.
Yep.
He was going 106 until he noticed, like, at the last second to hit the brakes. And I somehow shot out the side window. I was laying on my stomach with my feet in the air, with my head facing the opposite direction from where we were struck. Somehow, I was bounced off the fucking side of the minivan on the inside, floated out the window before the other car went over the minivan.
That's insane what happened. And they said like a couple inches either direction, we would have like all died. They said that, like, we're supposed to be dead.
Yeah. I actually heard a woman's voice when I was floating in midair. I can hear it plain as day to this day. Don't open your eyes. All she said. Anyways.
She was probably the first one to arrive to you, and you had the time to...
No, when I got up, nobody was there yet. It was a voice in my head. It was either intuition or something else.
Yeah. I was so delusional that I heard people talking about the other car. And I think the other car had paint in it or something that splattered. And I literally heard them say that there was a child in the car that skidded across the ground and died. And I started crying like hysterically until they explained to me that didn't fucking happen. And like I was already in shock.
I'm pretty sure
I heard that. I don't know if it was just a voice in my head or...
I'm pretty sure his fiance was in the car with him. He was in the bed next to me when we got to the emergency room.
You saw him?
I never actually physically saw him. There was a blind between us. And I could hear him screaming Cheryl the whole time they were working on me. And I'm fighting them not cut my pants because they're my favorite pair of pants.
they cut my pants. I'm like, not those ones. It's like, the living shit, I don't know so much about, but I like those pants.
I was like, can't you just like tape my fucking heel on? I know
it's honestly not necessary. They could pull your pants.
Dude, my heel was hanging by a thread. I get that. Fucking wrap some bandage around my foot and slowly pull the pants off. Yeah. But no, we don't want to hurt you further. I'm not scared about getting hurt further. I'm afraid of not having them pants. My butt looks half decent in them pants, and they're comfortable as fuck. Fuck you.
I remember the exact pants I was wearing. They were like Janko style, but they were khakis, and they had this tiny little white stripe that went down, and they were more reserved. Like Jankos are like, oh, look at me, and these ones were like, but they were still baggy. I remember, and I liked those pants, and I saw them like the first thing I saw in the hospital. They just took scissors, and I'm like, does this day get any worse? On top of the accident.
They gave me my weed and my bowl back, though. That was weird, but made me talk to a drug counselor.
I had to talk to a drug counselor. I tried as best I could not to piss. It hurt, and they told me, if you're not gonna give a urine sample, then we're going to have to use a catheter.
And they used a catheter on me.
And I was like, okay, fine. Because I knew there was like so many drugs swirling around that fucking toxic piss.
Dude, I got so screwed. I had a hot fucking nurse the entire fucking week. The one time I wake up with an erection because my body wasn't able to form one because of my fucking injuries, I had the catheter on. And she wasn't working. It was the old fucking bitch. So I have to fucking show my giant dick to fucking some 70-year-old woman and be like, what do I do? This fucking hurts a lot.
I never had a catheter, actually, because of their threats.
Dude, I freaked out when I woke up from both my surgeries. Once with the catheter and once with the fucking... I had this bubble thing from fucking Total Recall in my fucking nose that it was like shoved the whole way down my throat. And I woke up freaking the fuck out because there's this thing in my fucking nose that hurts like hell. I'm like, get it out, 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 get it out. I'm gonna fucking pull it out. Pull it the fuck out. Get it the fuck out right now. We gotta do something. No, you don't. You gotta get it the fuck out. I was freaking out, dude.
It's like, I don't know how to pull it out. You gotta do that shit.
I started doing it. I was like, you're getting this fucker out, man. It was the most alien feeling you've ever had. Imagine
like
someone...
face hugger.
Imagine your finger being like fucking foot long going directly down your fucking nose. That's how it felt. With a bubble on the end.
You were waiting for a fucking alien to hatch out of your stomach. You're on the bed, it pops out, you're there. No!
I was the worst fucking sick person, dude. I was so terrible to those people.
Well, I want to know, and it's probably just because they were different hospitals. Why'd they give you good drugs, and they gave me bullshit?
I knew what to say.
Like, I had to fucking bum some drugs off you, man.
I know, I knew exactly what to say.
Morphine and shit. I got fucking, what's that, Lathrop? It's not even as strong as a Vicodin.
I had Vicodin, Vortab, Percocet, Roxicet, Codeine 3s, and morphine.
And we crunched it all up and put it in a fucking pile and sniffed the fucking the variety of fucking pills.
Certain things you need to say when you want drugs. Mostly, it's acting like you don't want the drugs, but are in terrible pain. The more you fight them to take the drugs, the stronger the drugs become for some reason. I don't know why. It's a whole psychological thing. They're very dumb.
Remember the Nintendo? Fucking.
I remember.
We smashed all those drugs.
I miss Barsh so much.
And we made this. We had the powder, the pile of drugs, whatever
we
you
made
just said it was.
Made a swirl.
And we made a spiral on top of a Nintendo set.
Yeah.
And we did a stop-go animation of parts of this spiral of drugs disappearing. Stop-go style.
Your face is only in it for like one split second.
Once it's at the very end, you see my face with a straw for the last hit, but it's all stop-go. Who's fucking that artistic about their substance abuse?
I gave all those videos to Barsh because when the internet started becoming popular and
I talked to him again.
easy to put on like
Wonder if he has that
I
shit.
did not want the I knew if I had them videos, they would have ended up online like some jackass thing. Because we have hours and hours and hours of us doing such retarded shit.
Oh, it was
so many drugs.
Coolest shit. For some reason, we recorded all the things that we could get in trouble for.
Yeah, I mean, we broke like every law except for killing somebody and raping somebody. I mean, we broke them all.
You didn't kill somebody.
Well, we didn't videotape
You
it.
fucked that tree up, and we had that on camera.
Yeah, I did get in trouble for that already, so it's not like double jeopardy and all that.
And it was the most horrible thing. Like they're like having this ceremony planting a new tree.
Dude, I had no idea that a fucking
God will help us get through this horrible time. Our tree has been destroyed.
I had no idea Eagle Scout got his fucking badge fucking planting that tree. How the fuck am I gonna know an Eagle Scout got his fucking badge planting that tree and his parents donated the $500 tree? Why the fuck is a tree $500 fucking dollars? I mean, I'm sorry. It was not that big a tree. I'm sorry. I love trees. I was really high and we just got done destroying the TV with a fucking we had what the fuck was that?
Carburetor.
No, it looked like a javelin, but it was sidewalk. A pry bar. We had a pry bar that we fucking were beating shit with, and was like, I still want to beat some shit up. When we found the tree, we're thinking that was better than all the things that we could have beat up.
These TV smashings were like often. They were like ceremonial. We smashed a TV once with a part of a car in a cornfield with Sean Dugan. I don't know what that part of the car was. Do you
That
remember
wasn't
that?
a TV though. That was
Computer.
That was a printer.
A printer, yeah. Fucking like Office
We
Space.
were doing Office
Don't
Space
it feel
stuff.
good to be a gangster?
I even came up to fucking stomp it with my foot, but nobody held me back.
Nobody-
I was kind of pissed off. Nobody held me back like in the fucking
My
movie.
boys didn't hold me back, man. That computer took a beating. You ain't assembling that again.
That was actually one of my fondest memories, honestly, because every time I think about it, your battery's low.
Oh.
God doesn't want us to fucking make this. First
it'll
the
be
cat,
fine.
and then the battery.
It'll be fine, my battery's over here.
He's going to get a battery, everybody. He's gonna fix it, okay?
Yeah, the cat's trying to sabotage this shit. Then the battery.
You don't even want to be in the screen anymore.
Well, I'm just not here. This thing keeps sliding around, or we keep sliding around.
Now it's all you.
There. Oh, it's because of this. This shit is so hard to figure out. It's backwards. It fucks with my head.
Okay. No. We'll just turn TV. Yeah, there we go.
All right.
Yeah.
That's why I look at it, because I can't tell what's going
Camera
on.
wants to be a dick. It does not want to be lined up. I should have done something with my face. It's not very good looking. I could do a lot of things. I taught myself how to be a ventriloquist. I started doing weird shit, like I'll walk up to somebody that I don't know and say in an elevator, look them straight in the eyes, start talking without my mouth moving. I'm not really talking to you right now. I'm inside your head.
You just like get kicks out of fucking with people you don't know.
Well, I'm never gonna
Pretty
see them
much.
again. What the fuck? I mean, honestly, all these people are so fucking self-interested anyways. Who the fuck wants to know? Fuck everybody. I honestly rarely find people that give a shit about anybody other than themselves. or looking good, caring about other people. Everybody has to know that I'm such a carer. I give to charities all the time. I take care of animals and other people's children. Everybody has to know it, though, or it doesn't happen. If you do something good, don't ever expect anybody to say thanks. Ever.
That's not something good.
If you do
There's
something wrong, somebody will always let you know.
There's certain things you don't have to think about. And like when when my grandma got old and I took care of her, like, it's not like a thing you had to think about. So who gives a fuck? You're not doing that so someone else can know. Like,
self-actualization.
That's a personal situation. You're not going to want to talk to people about that shit.
If it doesn't make you feel good about yourself, and if you don't feel good about yourself doing stuff that you should be doing in the first place, you're just a dick.
It wasn't fun, man.
But you loved her and were glad to spend the time together.
And that's the thing. It definitely gave me a sense of fulfillment. Like, people think life's about being happy. Good luck with that shit, man. Being happy. You actually can't control that. Like, life's about, like, things like that. You know, taking care of your grandma.
I wish I could have been more like you. I had trouble watching my grandparents go.
It's not easy.
My grandpa confided in me that he was ready to die, and that, like, destroyed me. You would think it'd make you feel better. But no, just hearing him say that he came to terms with the fact that he's about to die, it made me feel so empty. It was fucked up.
It's like, that's going to happen to me. I'm going to get to the point where I'm like, I'm tired, man. I'm tired. I can't take any more of this fucking abuse that's called life. Like, just let me go. That's probably what it was. I think that's going to happen to me. I'm already sick and tired of dealing with shit. It fucking never stops.
He was going through cancer for a couple of years there. I honestly understand exactly what you're saying, though.
I'm saying a thing, but it's not. But it's still a good thing to say.
No, I understand completely, and I agree with you wholeheartedly.
I didn't know he had cancer.
I've lived a pretty full life to this point.
Yeah, I know.
I could go right now and be satisfied.
Like, so much has happened in my life. So much stuff. I can't believe. It must have been all the psychedelics, but the way I view the world now, it's almost insanely amazing how much I'm gonna have a whole nother one. I'm only 37. There's gonna be a whole nother 30 some fucking years of my life, and already so much shit has happened. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I can't even. It's not like when you get old you're gonna get miserable. You're gonna find You're gonna find pleasure in other things, like planting a flower in your front yard, or you're not gonna be going to a rave, eating ecstasy, chugging beers. That's fun at a certain time.
I cannot guarantee that they'll stop. I love raves.
I will plant the flower, but I'm still going to go
I love drugs, so, I cannot lie. I probably will continue to do that as long as my heart holds up.
It's a thing when drugs become like a hobby, like a person that works on cars or collects action figures, instead of like an addiction. I think that's kind of what it is at this point.
I really want us to go to a Spangle concert so damn bad.
I saw Spangle, but it was not fun because of the situation that it was. I bought some acid off the dude when I walked in. I'm like, fuck yeah, man, Spangle. It was fake. And so, like, how long into the concert, I just had this sinking feeling in my gut, and I'm like, oh my God. Like, I got all excited, and the concert's almost over now. And that's the only point, because it takes so long. That's the only point at which I was like, oh, I'm not raving. Spangle, I'm still watching Spangle.
Best place to get drugs, I found, even that time we had the horrible time at the fucking Infected Mushroom concert. I could have got us all drugs, and I'm sorry I didn't. When I was in the bathroom trying to fucking get high enough to be happy with the cocaine, I watched so many ecstasy pills pass through hands.
Dude, this one chick, I was sitting on this bench. It was so awesome. There was this hot chick, and she was rolling face, sweating, all fucking jacked up on ecstasy. And she turns to me and she's like, what's your name? I told her my name and she's like, you're so beautiful. And she started leaning in, and then I seen this dude, like her boyfriend, was standing up at the thing. His friend tapped him on the shoulder.
I was watching this all happen. I
and
know
he
exactly
pointed,
what you're talking
and
about.
he's like, all right, come on, let's go. I'm like, oh, fair enough.
Yeah,
fair enough. I had my 10 seconds of some hot chick fucking.
Yeah.
That was awesome. And then, but we did. I remember eating shrooms in the
Chicks on
bathroom
drugs
stall.
love you. I don't know why.
I wish like it like normal ones.
Yeah, they shouldn't have to be fucking all fucked up to think you're the hottest guy in the room.
Yeah,
I see it happen a lot whenever we're around.
it's probably because I'm animated and happy when I'm on drugs.
Dude, that time at that one infected mushroom show when I had 8 bitches dancing on me and you had 8 bitches dancing on you.
That was so fucking
That
weird.
was literally the best time
That
of my
was
life.
so weird, man.
And it
that
made no
acid
sense.
was so fucking strong.
The only
It's
thing,
because we were going so hard that we couldn't. We had to dance.
Yeah,
If I stopped dancing, my head would have exploded.
dude, I had to. I
And
had
a lot
to
of the
fucking
guys
dance.
that go to these things
And
don't.
all
dance
of them
a lot,
just had their hand in the air going, yeah, yeah, yeah. That was the whole time. Like,
I was literally seeing the entire building like dripping with life and breathing on itself, and I felt like I was inside of an alligator's stomach. And it's like, if I stop dancing, I'm gonna have to deal with that shit. So I'm gonna keep listening to this music, and so we ended up being like the best dancers in the rave.
It really pissed
That's
me off.
that's
though.
my theory, but I was a little bit.
No,
whacked out
I
at the
guarantee
time.
that's exactly right. Because I've never danced that.
Because it's not a lie. Like
No.
it's not like a trying to be cool thing. There were chicks, fucking grinding on me and
I
shit. and
literally
fucking-
looked around. 8 was the biggest number I got. At the same time, were touching me and dancing with me. I think they thought I was gay, but I was okay with it because they were fucking all over me. You know.
I'll be whatever. The fuck
Yeah, if
need
you
me to
want
be.
to, I couldn't have gotten an erection if I wanted to, anyways. Honestly,
Tripping that
I
hard.
was
Poor
tripping.
Davo, man.
Oh, dude, that dude took it too far. He tries too damn
I
hard.
didn't even look at my phone till afterwards. I got these text messages like, I took this and I took that. It's so dark and cold. I swear, one of the text messages said, I'm so lonely, it's so dark and cold. This guy ate so many fucking drugs. And I didn't look at my phone. I was at a concert. And I'm like, we'll catch up with him. He's doing his thing. Yeah, he's doing his thing. Not a good thing. I wish I would have looked at my phone.
Oh man,
Davo recovered.
Everyone-
He can take it.
every once in a while I had to fucking move from my spot though, because every once in a while a dude would have to fucking wiggle his way in, where he has his fucking ass pressed right up against my dick, and it's like, dude, I did not ask for a fucking guy.
I
to
didn't
join.
come the whole way down to fucking Baltimore, buy the damn ticket, prepare all the blunts and shit in the car that I was going to bring inside, frantically get there early so we can try to find some dude that has something, which is very easy to do. I didn't do all that shit to have some fucking dude ass up against my dick.
Nah.
Went through a lot to be
He
here.
literally pushed bitches away from my dick to get in there. It wasn't just him. 3 different times this happened in the night. I would start dancing in a random spot. Chicks would flock to me like moths to
Well,
a
it
fucking
was a rave,
flame.
so there's probably a high percentage of fucking gay dudes.
Well,
They frequent the rave scene.
there are actually straight dudes that turn gay on drugs.
Is that why?
Sometimes.
Is that why, like, there's so many fucking gay people at raves because they've done so many drugs, or are they just attracted to that kind of thing?
And that allows them to let go of their inhibitions. That's possible too. I would say there's a percentage of both.
Yeah, it's almost like an image for a gay person.
Some people are gay when they're drunk. Some people are gay when they're in jail. But
Some people are just fucking gay.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying, like, they choose when they're going to be gay. Some of them,
It's like they get up in the morning. They got the newspaper and the coffee.
I think I'm going to be gay today. Oh, how about a waffle?
What am I going to get? What am I going to get into today?
I think sucking on a dick sounds good.
Come on, rock the gay shit for
Oh,
a day.
Hard cock. Yeah, that's where it's at today. Oh yeah, I can get all over that.
Don't drink that kind of brand of coffee.
His
again.
wife's next to him, like, honey, what the fuck's
Are
wrong
you
with
doing
you?
the thing again? No. She's sitting here like this.
I'm gonna be at my girlfriend's house. She knows how to pleasure a woman anyway.
And we're gonna both run the bakery you bought me.
Oh fuck.
Let's open a frozen custard store. Ever since I was a little girl, I wanted to have a bakery. How come we're not making no money? Well,
I want a frozen custard. store.
sizable building. There's electric bill. We gotta follow these fucking codes. I gave you your damn bakery, bitch. I got money. It's not. We're just gonna keep it open.
If I put my hands here, it looks like a beard. An Amish style beard.
Amish. He never answers the phone. It's to the point where it's disrespectful, I think. Well, but it's weird because he texted me today and the text said oranges. That's all it said. I'm like, you gotta give me something more to work with. I can't respond to that text. What am I gonna say? Like apples?
Who's Amish?
Adam.
Oh.
Because of the beard thing. They called him that.
Yeah, I call him the bearded gnome.
The image, the image I just got from that.
Gotta go to work.
He's got like a wizard staff. Poor Adam, he's not here to defend himself.
No,
so it's
not the bearded gnome.
It's not appropriate.
I called him the weed gnome. That's what I used to call him.
The weed gnome. Oh, that's not as funny.
No,
You just made me be an asshole.
it was funny.
Remember when we were at his basement? Oh my God,
Which
we're
time?
tripping. We're tripping balls, and
It started raining on us.
well, we go to fucking sniff a line of coke, and it wiggles away from us, and it's like, guess I don't need that. I'm tripping a little hard, and we had the candy, fighting over the candy, and dude's like, I got a fucking Scarface tray of cocaine. I was like, no, I want the fucking Starburst minis and the gummy worms.
Man, we had.
That's
good candy.
priority right now.
That was good candy.
When the Starburst minis came out, that was fucking awesome. I still always to this day, the Lifesaver gummies. I love those.
I really thought we were just tripping at first when it started raining.
What, that day?
Inside, yeah. I had no idea that it was flooding at first. I was like, dude, it looks like it's raining in here. And when you saw it, I
I
was
don't
like,
remember. Oh, his basement started flooding right when we were out in outer space.
man,
That was hard to deal with.
yeah. You flushed the toilet and something backed up in the bitch.
It's like, why do you got to give me this fucking task to deal with right now? Little difficult for me to walk to the fridge.
Honestly, I would have taken that night after what happened a couple months later, but you know.
We're not discussing.
No, that never happened. Never
Scared
happened.
the fuck out of me, but it never happened. Thought someone was gonna die.
Didn't know who.
So
Didn't know who.
I guess that's not. So but yeah, we used to party there a lot. That basement. He came up here the other week and crashed on the couch. I haven't seen the dude in forever.
I haven't talked to anybody lately. I've been depressed.
Yeah.
I don't
That
feel
shit-
safe anywhere.
That shit fucking.
And I'm horny. actually had a meltdown.
This past year's been difficult for you.
A little bit.
Past 2 years, you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't have a concept of time very well.
Well,
I do know I want
Time
some
is
Lifesaver
relative.
gummies right now.
I've been working my ass off though, trying to get in shape. I really have been, man. You wouldn't believe how far I've been pushing myself. Kind of like you were when you were drinking all them things.
The pre-workout.
Yeah, your drinks.
I think did I eat both bags of Lifesaver gummies? I got all excited talking about Lifesaver gummies, and I ate both of them last night. I hate when that happens. It's like if you pick up an empty pack of cigarettes on your floor, you're like, oh my god, why would I do that to myself? I should have taken care of that. You know what I mean? Like, why would you get yourself an empty pack goes right in the trash where you can't see it.
No, I understand. So, haven't been too many new movies. Not too much good new TV.
I don't have Netflix anymore. Is there anything on it that's good?
Netflix has slowed way down.
That's what I noticed when I canceled it. It was like the same shit.
I've been going on Amazon and purchasing the shows I want to watch because a lot of the stuff I want to watch isn't even on a streaming channel.
That's the thing I was thinking about that I would just rather do, because there's certain shows that you really want to see as opposed to just floating around through this fucking streaming shit watching shit you don't want to see.
Amazon, you can literally watch anything your heart desires.
Like if you pay a certain amount of money, you could watch like the Seinfeld series.
You have to buy it by season, it's a ridiculous amount, but if you can't,
it's not like you just get access to the whole thing.
Not unless you
one payment.
Well, you can also. They have all these different channels that you can rent through for a month at a time, for like $8.99 to $13.99 depending, and that is literally like any fucking type of TV show you can think of. One of them is bound to have Seinfeld on it, and you could pick that specific one and rent through that.
There's a lot of, it's like a big fucking
dude, anything and everything.
matrix of shit. You can.
They have a
like
super
eBay.
fucking computer that has just everything you can ever think of that ever existed. I mean, if you literally can think of it, it probably is there.
So some cartoon I saw as a kid and I never saw it ever again. I could probably find that shit, like cartoon.
Even
sushi,
extreme
cartoons,
extreme B-rate shit.
The
man.
Max. What about the Max?
I haven't tried, but I guarantee you could.
I want to find that, download it on a computer or something.
I got the #1 comic book.
Huh.
I got Max #1.
I don't know which ones I have, but I'm thinking hard now.
I have 1 and 6 or 5, but I'm gonna get them
nice
all.
to have the whole set.
I'm gonna get them all, dude. Max is one of the fucking. There's certain series that I want the whole run of, like Ultimate Spider-Man, the Max, Uncanny X-Men. I know it's gonna take forever to get all them motherfuckers.
Well, that's the fucking joy of doing it.
Yeah. Eventually, I want every Action comic. I know that it's impossible to get the first fucking 30, just about, but I still want to fight. That is my goal in life. If I am ever rich, I am going to have Action Comics #1. I don't care how shitty the condition is. I just want a copy, just to say I have my favorite superhero. Yes, it's cliche to love Superman. I don't give a fuck. Fuck everybody out there that doesn't give a fuck about
Superman. Will kill anybody. Ain't
Yeah,
no one
literally.
fucking with Superman.
He's my favorite, and y'all can fuck off for it. But I want to own every Action Comics, and there's like way over 1,000.
Dude, when I was a little kid, one of the fondest memories I have from being a little kid is sitting up on my couch with the TV. My mom might have just gave me a snack or something, watching the fucking Superman cartoon. Dude, that's like one of my best memories of childhood ever. The Superman cartoon. And I was at that young age where shit was, when you look back at it anyways, you're like, you know, I didn't have to worry about a lot back then.
Honestly,
Superman, that's all I had to worry about.
Mine was more Batman.
Like the cartoon that was on, that was fucking good.
Yeah.
I didn't like the square faces, but that was a good cartoon.
I really enjoyed that cartoon a lot. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Even
Yeah.
though it was lame as shit when you watch it now.
I actually just now I have Tubi because it's free,
Yeah.
and they have old school slashers. Tons of them. I've never heard of. I'm still working on it. But they had the Ninja Turtle live action movie, and I sparked one up, and I'm like, this will be fun. It was so stupid. I got through like 3 minutes, and I'm like, oh my god. At least I was a young person. I didn't. It wasn't my fault. But all right. So comic books, though. What are your thoughts on the Ninja Turtle comics? Because that's totally different.
I never actually got a chance to read any Eastman's version. I think that's who did, or maybe Eastman's the one that made the version that we're familiar with.
What the like badass one? Fucking Raphael is like his size like dripping blood.
Dude,
Dude,
I haven't ever gotten to read a single one. I would love a chance at the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comics, but nobody like lets go of them. It's one of those that
it is like that. It's the fucking
you never see them online.
I don't know about that stuff, but I know for me, I read the original Ninja Turtle comic, or I don't know if it's the original, but the one where they're badass. They're like, I don't know that they cuss and shit, but they act that way.
Yeah. I have the very first issue of the one that we're both familiar with, the cartoon
Comic.
version.
That too, dude, I tried to watch, because that's another one like Superman, the Ninja Turtles. I remember feeling really fucking good about watching them, and I did that too. I went back to it, and I'm like, nope, can't do this.
The newer version of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is fucking bad motherfucking ass, dude.
Yeah, it's not bad actually.
It gets better and better as the seasons progress. It is one of them, and they finally kill Shredder in a malicious way at the end. It is so fucking badass. It happens in such a cool way. Then fucking Shredder gets resurrected and shit. It is so fucking awesome. He's this zombie, and he's still fucking Shredder, but he's a zombie. That's a bad fucking motherfucking show, dude.
That's just the cartoon that's on TV.
It's not the most recent one. Rise of the Turtles is the most recent one, and they fucked everything up. All the characters.
I don't believe it. They come out with a new one and fuck it up.
They
Never seen that happen.
they made all the characters wrong in how they act and talk and shit, dude. They're all wrong. The only thing that's kind of cool is
supposed to be like surfer dudes.
Raph's bigger than everybody else. He's like a monster-sized dude. And
Why?
I don't know. And it just is
That
like...
was never a fucking thing. They're the same shape.
I know. Donatello upsets me the most. Michelangelo's a joke, but Donatello, the way he acts...
Michelangelo's the stoner. And like they're not allowed to say that.
Yeah.
But looking back at it now, I'm like, Michelangelo's the stoner. Raphael's the fucking short-tempered one. Donatello's the computer nerd. And the one with the swords is the fucking...
Leonardo.
That's the one that would probably annoy me if I was one of them.
Honestly...
He tries to be the leader.
I see each one of them as one of my persona.
That's yeah. Yeah, and that would be the purpose of those characters. As soon as you said that, that's what the fucking show... That's why they're like that, because you can see yourself in each one.
Mm-hmm. I have times when I'm angry and want to fucking take charge and destroy the world. I have times where I want to fucking plan and invent and create. I have times when I just want to fucking veg out and fucking enjoy some pizza. And I have times when I want to fucking lead and tell people what they should be doing.
Yeah, man. Philosophy of Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles Philosophy Course 101.
I'm covered in rashes from poison oak. I itch all over. It's fucking wonderful. Everywhere except for my face, my feet, my hands, and my dick. Yay! Just wanted to share the annoyance that's itching at the back of my brain.
Poison oak.
Yeah.
What are the two poisons?
Well, there's three. There's poison ivy, poison oak, and poison sumac. Poison ivy and oak look similar, except oak has like oak leaves. It's still 3 leaves, but it looks like an oak leaf in 3. And
But I thought they were all. Well, actually, I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Poison sumac sort of looks like a fern in a way, just the way the fucking branch comes. It's actually can become a tree, but sumac looks sort of like black walnut trees.
It's like the gourmet poison.
It's the worst one. I had it
Oh,
pretty bad when I was a kid. My mom and my aunt had to hold me down in a tub full of bleach.
So you wouldn't scratch yourself open.
Well, no. My legs were so bad you could take my pants off and they would stand because of the pus.
God, I remember getting poisoned real bad. Like I don't. Why don't it happen no more? Tolerance.
You're smarter.
I'm not rolling around in it.
When you're a kid, you don't know what the fuck the difference is between this weed
That's
and
a
that
good.
weed.
That's a good point too. We're having like a philosophical episode.
I'm just talking, man. What comes out happens to do with whatever we're talking about.
You said ferns earlier, and I started thinking about Fern Gully. That's another one from when I was younger, man.
You know, I enjoy that, but I never understood it that well.
No, I don't understand it either. You know, it's about a fucking fairy, so it's not that.
Well, you get thrown in the middle. It's not like you have a beginning.
Yeah,
and
you
an
don't know which side, which people you're chilling with on the movie, so to speak, and you don't know what's happening at what time.
All of a sudden, wrecking balls and shit are coming through the fucking forest.
I remember liking it.
Oh yeah, it was fun to watch.
I don't know what the fuck it's about.
Bunch of fairies that had their fucking forest taken away.
Dude, do you remember The Secret of Nymph?
Yeah.
Oh my, that's a good one. That one's actually fucking badass. That was one of the better things I saw when I was a kid. It scared me, the old fucking dude that was sealing the envelope. I don't know how much you remember it.
I don't remember.
I watched it a lot.
Thinking about Fern Gully makes me think about the time we were stuck in the woods for 7 hours trying to find our way out.
Yeah, White Rock.
Dude, that my shoulder.
We went to White Rock and we were walking, I guess, off the path because we were
My
at
fault.
someone's tree stand in their yard and there were fucking tire tracks and it's like, where the fuck are we? The Appalachian Trail's somewhere around there.
Dude,
like, who knows where the fuck we could have gone?
I figured out what we did. We actually did a figure 8. We went the whole way around one mountain and figure 8'd around another mountain. I know it sounds stupid and crazy, but
that makes perfect sense because that means we're like in the Bermuda Triangle. You
Dude,
know what I mean?
I was so afraid I was going to die. Because you were afraid of it getting dark and being stuck there. I was afraid of dying from, like, dehydration.
I was just like, I don't want to sleep out here. It's not going to be comfortable. I didn't bring extra socks.
Dude, I literally fell out 7 times where I could not move anymore. But we walked nonstop through them woods for 7 hours.
You couldn't see fucking 2 feet in front of you. It was that dark. Didn't you have a cell phone?
If it wasn't for my
Or like an old school cell phone?
If it wasn't for this piece of shit cell phone, look how bright that is. That's how bright a light we had walking through the woods. That's it. If it wasn't for this piece of shit cell phone and my dog Colby, which he could smell the path.
The dog, yeah.
We couldn't see shit. He walked the exact path that we came there on, knowing where to go. And there were different paths that could have been taken if he would have fucking diverted. He took us back to our cars in pitch black.
The dog knew it, and it must have recognized the scent from the whole path. Like, that's what dogs do, man. Some of them, the ones that aren't retarded.
I've never had such respect for that dog until that day. I mean, I love that dog, but oh my God, he saved us. For you to understand why it was that bad, it was pitch black after we finally got back to where we knew where to go. We got back to the main path and went the wrong way for another hour, well, a half hour, and then had to backtrack, so we lost a whole another hour. And when we finally made it back to where we got back on the path, it was getting dark. When we got back to the top of the mountain, it was pitch black. And the path is made out of boulders for a good quarter mile to half a mile. I have no idea because you're crossing boulders.
Oh yeah, we
the whole
haven't
fucking
even
time.
described the path, man. It's not a path like you're thinking. It's it's rocks. It's
Yeah.
like climbing on big rocks that you like when you go to Gettysburg, Devil's whatever the fuck.
Devil's Den. Yeah.
It's like that,
Only-
but a lot bigger and a lot longer. Obviously, if we got lost out there.
Then you go down, when you finally get past all that, you have this really steep hill you go down that's made of many pieces of shale. So in our case, he was wearing fucking sandals.
I was wearing.
He was
I was
wearing
wearing
fucking sandals.
Foam. At least they were foam. I forgot. I was wearing sandals. The most horrible fucking situation. No cell. I left the cell phone in the car, which would have had GPS, and because I was like, I'm going outdoors. Get the cell phone away. We're going outdoors today. I don't want bothered with any technology. I did want bothered with the technology eventually.
Yeah, that flashlight would have been so much easier.
Yeah.
we
didn't need the damn GPS to add a flashlight. When the phone's at that bright thing.
My shoes became flip-flops by the end of it, too. They did the whole fucking opening the mouth of the fucking shoe thing. So the whole time, I'm stubbing my feet. He's stubbing his feet the whole fucking way. I
Smashing your toenails.
I don't know how I did
Smashing
it,
them.
but I fucked up my rotator cuff. And it took over a year to heal, where I could actually use my arm again without being in pain all
They do
day.
take like that long. I did that once, and it took like a fucking year.
That was a horrible trip, but it was an experience at the same
We
time.
got a war story out of that one.
God bless, man. Couldn't even tell where the fucking sun was. It was so many trees.
We made it back to the car, and it's like, as soon as you can drop me off, and you're at my house, please. I want to go fucking be comfortable. And you're like, just get out of the car. I'm going to go back home, fucking be, it was like, I need to get home to my room right the fuck now, and take these socks. Well, I didn't have socks, guys. Like, fucking clean my feet, lay down. It was horrible. It was one of those where we didn't think we were going to we thought we were going to sleep there.
Yeah, that replaced a lot of nightmare scenarios that I've been a part of in my life, that experience. I couldn't go back into the woods for like 2 years. It was extremely traumatic.
It was.
But at the same time, I kind of enjoyed the experience, even though it was so frightening. Makes you think you can actually survive just about anything.
It is when you're done with horrible experiences and you actually fucking get through them. You're like, oh, I'm a little stronger than I give myself credit for. But that was fucked up. Yeah.
We have a reason why we're friends. We've actually lived out a life together. We don't just talk on the internet.
We're fucking... we're brothers.
Yeah, we've actually
As
had
opposed to
experiences.
friends.
Yeah.
We raised each other. To be completely honest.
Yeah, well, he definitely wouldn't be as screwed up as he is if he wasn't my friend. Sorry.
It's fucking, you need some character.
I taught you how to eat when you're bored. That was the worst thing I ever taught you. You weren't into it at first. It took me a while.
Oh, snacking and
Yeah,
shit, like
yeah.
getting tons of food together and just eating it, watching movies.
No,
I didn't do that.
No, you didn't do it at all. It took me like 3 years of showing you how to do it.
I don't know why. I love it. Nowadays, I would eat a whole box of cereal at one pop watching a movie. You know, it spiraled out of control. I was going to get help for it. Therapy. Food. There actually is something like that for people with food disorders.
Oh, shit. That hurt my fucking lung. Oh, dude.
Always a big bag of Martin's kettle cooked and a giant Pepsi. Fucking the lemon bars.
Oh, dude, when I first started going over to Aaron's house, I fucking loved it because his mom was an experimenter. She'd make anything her heart desired. And her kids, because they grew up on it, were, we'll eat our dinner and that's it. You know, they didn't eat anymore. So there's always leftovers. So I go over to his house, fucking stoned out, even before I even started smoking weed, and I was just fucking fat ass.
Pre-weed, man. We
when
hung out pre-weed.
Yeah, when I was just a fat ass and really enjoyed eating food, I'd go over there and open his fridge and it'd be like that fucking guy from the Eggo's waffle commercial. My mouth would just hang wide open. Like,
The Eggo Waffles commercial.
And,
oh my god, I'm sorry.
And I
Took
do
me
what the fucking
by
guy
surprise.
from Grandma's Boy would do and make a fucking plate of all these different things, and Aaron be like, that one's alright, that one's okay. I don't like that one.
Because her food, you didn't really look like a... Like, you know what I mean? It was, some of it was like a concoction of weirdness, and it was always delicious.
I liked it a lot, man, especially because I had no idea at any time what I was biting into.
Well, you know why she cooks like that? It's because
It makes it more interesting.
Well, as a lot of families, we started off when we were poor. We lived in a trailer, and what you do when you're poor is you take anything you have, like what you do in prison. You make cheese.
Your mom
cheese
just
or whatever.
had a much more inventive mind. See,
we started to do perfectly fine and decent, and she just still cooked that way.
I wish my mom would have been more inventive. She didn't fucking take a lot of chances. We ate very
food.
We ate
Yeah,
very,
you guys always had like a steak with peas or something on the side.
It was only when I took the reins and started cooking myself that like things became a little more special.
I know. Remember, you used to put sugar in macaroni and cheese,
I
I couldn't understand that.
I still do occasionally. It really depends what mood I'm in. It's either sugar or salt. Unless it's baked macaroni, then it's ketchup.
Ketchup.
But it has to be baked macaroni. It has to be that thick, hard.
Yeah,
fucking-
baked macaroni is the only macaroni, man. I don't even fuck with the other shit no more. I got a job. I can get baked macaroni.
I do ketchup for a lot of weird things. Like a lot of people will
Don't
like,
do that at a restaurant like with a steak.
No,
That's
that's
disrespectful.
No, I don't put shit on steak except salt. Fuck that. All right.
Okay.
I don't even do A1.
So-
I don't even do A1. I
So
get
that
pissed,
being said,
I get pissed at people that fucking spend $20 on a steak then fucking douse it in A1. It's like, you motherfucker,
you might as well drink a bottle of fucking A1
Yeah.
sauce instead. Cheaper.
fucker.
And so it goes without saying, when you have that attitude about steak, you're always eating fucking steak that's made right.
Yeah.
Because if you eat a shitty steak, you're gonna be like, yo, I love A1 sauce, man. Fucking more the better. Not like I would eat steaks when I was younger and not realize there's a whole other level of fucking steak. When you finally have a good one,
You still haven't had the top level, neither have I. There's levels for rich people that we have not fucking...
weird bred animals that cost hundreds of dollars.
No,
and
no,
shit.
actual cows, but they're like fucking top... I can't even think of the type of cow, but...
I know what you're trying to say.
But they fucking have steak like where they're fed a specific thing and they're fucking bred this way and their meat's so fucking tender and juicy that it's like having a mouthgasm with every bite type deal, okay? It exists and someday I'm gonna taste it.
What do we gotta do? How much money? Like, what
It's
kind?
it's an
Is it
expensive.
another country?
No, we can get it in this country, but we would probably have to travel a little bit.
That's doable.
New York, we guarantee I get it in New York.
The price doesn't matter if you want a steak that bad. You're not
But-
doing it because it's cheap.
The problem is getting a reservation at one of those places that serve it.
Oh, because it's real. I get it.
And when you
It's
get the
coveted.
check,
It's coveted. Like the goddamn what we were saying, comic book Ninja Turtle.
yeah, and when you get the check, you're going to be like, well, that was a great fucking steak, and I would love another one, but I don't think it should cost that much. Type bill, but it's still great, and for one-time experience, you know. I want to go to a
I
really.
wish I would have broke something out. Man.
I want to go to a really.
I hate to fucking have both of us leave the camera, but you're giving me an idea. Give me mine. Get my God dethroned death metal CD / tray.
Who wrote God Dethroned, or is God
God
Dethroned
dethroned
the band?
is the band. I would assume everyone would know that.
Never heard of them.
I know that's everyone's biggest favorite. It's the Metallica of death metal. No, the Metallica of death metal is actually the band Death. Believe
You know
it or
what
not.
band that I like that's stupid? Ghost.
Why do you like him?
Ghost.
Oh, I know Ghost. Ghost ain't stupid. The song Clarice.
I like a lot of.
I've heard a lot of the other shit, but that song.
I like a lot of their music. But they're Satanists, and like,
Yeah.
I know that's a lot of fucking death metal, but they're not really death metal.
No, there's only one ghost, I'll say.
Yeah.
That's just like there's fucking only one King Diamond.
Oh, dude, you had.
Oh, I already on the Massive Attack cover. Well, now I got some on the God Dethroned,
And
which everybody loves that band, and I got some on the Massive Attack album Mezzanine. I know you know that shit. That's one of
I know Massive Attack.
That's one of the best albums.
I have Massive Attack on my iPod.
Just a fun fact about that album. There's a song on it called Teardrop. You remember the TV show Bones? With, what's her name's sister?
Oh, you're actually asking?
Yeah, you remember the TV show Bones? Fuck,
man.
man. How am I...
Zoe Deschanel's sister.
Her sister. Yeah, still hot, but
She's not aging.
I don't have
well
the
anymore.
connection. I don't have the connection with her like I do Zoe. I think me and Zoe understand each other. That Bones, that show, the intro to the show is the song Teardrop on the Massive Attack Mezzanine album. And you would know it if I played it.
Flighty chicks always seem the most appealing.
What's that mean?
Chicks like Zoe Deschanel. Where,
Flighty?
I'll get there.
Okay.
They are so free-spirited and happy and want to attack life and all its complexities. But the thing is, people like that also can fucking change on a whim. And all of a sudden...
Like every girlfriend I've ever had.
But you do go out with some free-spirited women.
That's a very polite adjective to use. You're showing a lot of restraint. Go on.
I always wanted to write a book about my son's mother and call it Trying to Catch the Wind. Because that's exactly what it's like when you're dating a flighty chick. You can't ever actually like possess them in any way, shape, or form.
You're just along for the ride. You're like two tornadoes, and when they connect in the middle, they become one tornado, and then they go, and they fly apart from each other so fast you couldn't. Afterwards, you don't even know what happened. Like, what the fuck happened to the past 2 years of my life? That was crazy.
Yeah.
So you guys that have fucking normal girlfriends, I know that she's there for you still to this day when you come home from work. She exists. I know she's nice to you, but I like the tornado shit.
Honestly, they're the best fucks.
Well, I guess that's pretty much why, man. I'm trying to make it poetic.
There is no poetic thing about it. Flighty chicks, damaged chicks, crazy chicks, they fuck better than normal chicks. They're willing to do things that's
it's not like it's not like that doesn't it isn't like what's that word, self-evident. It's like you would fucking think, you know what I mean?
Occasionally you get a fucking...
If you've never had a psycho bitch, you would still imagine, like, I bet they do.
Yeah. Occasionally you get a dead fish, but that's the chance you take with every woman.
Oh my god. Fuck yeah. Such a misogynistic episode.
I speak the truth from my perspective. Alright? I am not trying to win anyone over. I'm not trying to be anyone I'm not.
If any of you want to hear some sugar-coated bullshit, watch some other stupid podcast. But when you watch this stupid podcast, you hear whatever the fuck you hear. And you really, like I said when I started it, you have a good option. If you don't like it, you have a pretty damn good option, and that's to fucking not watch it. So, anyway, psycho bitches, what were we talking about?
Well, we could always talk about our favorite topic of all. Hoppers.
Hoppers. We've devised this whole... We could write a book about it, like an encyclopedia.
There's many different types of hoppers.
There's the panhopper.
Now,
that's not really a type as much as a nickname.
Before we get into types, let us explain to those out there that don't know what a hopper is.
A hopper is like a monkey that swings on vine to vine. It can't let go of the one vine it's holding till it grabs the vine it's about to hold, obviously, or it'd fall. A hopper...
That is a great analogy. I really like that one.
I've never thought about this. A hopper is a woman that can never be alone, and she'll find her new boyfriend before leaving her old one. People call this a serial monogamist. The people use that as the term. But they're probably not talking exactly about what we're saying. But it's a girl that fucking just destroys people's lives and fucking...
They're polyamorous. That's why they're searching while they hold on to the last one.
Polyamorous. That's like the liberal way to say it. You can't discriminate against polyamorous. It's like, yeah, you're people that fucking fuck people's lives up.
So, I've actually been with a hopper or two.
Shit.
Let's just say. And they will love you, and love you, and love you. Until they find someone else that they have an attraction to. They will continue to date you while seeing where the new relationship goes. Once that person is ready to commit and say that they love her too, that's usually when the hopper says bye-bye and moves on to the next dick and stays there until she gets bored with that one. And sometimes in situations I've been in, you actually end up back with that same fucking hopper a couple more times because you're pathetic and hate yourself or something. I don't fucking know. But, retrospective of what it is, you may find yourself with one, and men are no exception. There are men out there that are hoppers too.
We just don't talk about that because it's not relevant to us.
Yes.
I don't need to know about all that.
I've had friends that were hoppers. And
I still don't think it's the same manner.
And man code dictates that we just ignore that. It's just how it goes. Sorry.
Well, it's for when you're talking to someone else. It's really none of your fucking business. you know, that type of shit. But when you're dating a hopper, that is your kind of business at that point.
Women probably have the same code when, like, the ones
It's.
that.
I think it's less of a code and more of a like. I don't give a shit about that.
But regardless, getting back to the panhopper, there are different categories of hoppers.
Oh yes, the panhopper.
Panhopper is one that looks like they've been struck in the face with a pan, but still managed to get many guys to be into them. And will even fucking jump on another dick within the same premise of the house.
We have actually spotted a panhopper.
In the beginning, the middle, and
right
the end.
In the flesh. We saw the entire progression of the panhopper.
We saw her before she started to hop. We saw her during the hop, and we saw her past the hop, and the guy wanting to kick the shit out of the dude for his woman being a fucking bitch.
When I talked to this dude, I don't know, like if we were friends. He was just a dude that lived there, but I would refer to his girlfriend as the panhopper, and he just went with it. And it's like I didn't even know her name. I don't know her name right now. It's not like we were friends, but we were hanging out at this house for like 2 months, 3 months, something like that, and she was there like every day. I called his girlfriend the panhopper. I'd be like, "When's panhopper getting back?" And he'd answer me. He just fucking. I guess he didn't understand that I had made that into a joke, and he didn't know what it meant.
It wasn't until recently that I finally understood why hoppers exist and how they can exist with themselves. They see all men until they finally feel like settling down and not looking anymore as just something to experience. Where I know guys do the same thing. Again, male code, can't really give a shit. But the women that are able to do it are able to get past their raw emotions that they should feel just by saying, it was an experience and I'm moving on to the next one. And I can understand that. I've had many family members that were hoppers. I had to watch sister, most of my brothers, my dad, my great-grandma. I mean, it's a pretty normal thing in both sides of my family. And for it to happen, I mean, sometimes you like sex. And sometimes you like to have sex with different people. I understand it. It's usually something you get over once you hit your mid-20s, but some people don't ever let go of it.
Start to realize it's fake as shit. And, yeah, but you know, do what you want, but you don't gotta be a fucking hopper about it.
Yeah.
You know.
The old term used to be whore or slut, hoe. We're trying to make a new term. We like it.
We're being politically correct here.
Yeah. They hop from one lap to the next. The worst one is the marriage hopper. They get married, they get tired of the marriage, they find somebody else while they're still married. My dad's last wife was a marriage hopper. She actually got in front of the court and said that he's been killing her with his dick all these years. It's too big. She said that in court crying. He's been killing me with his dick for years. It hurts so much, it's just so big. And my response to my dad was, did you get any phone numbers walking out of that place? No. I thought I would have if I was in his shoes, but apparently. Some women don't like being drilled by a fucking 9-inch dick. I'm sorry. My bad. She also said he's boring. I can see it from her point of view, but she's boring too. All she did was play the same game on her computer all day, clicking the same button. One button to play her game. And that's what she would do all day. Just button. My dad, He likes sports, so he'd watch every sporting event that happens, then watch the 3 shows that capture all the special fucking parts of all those sporting events he just watched. So I understand why both of them are boring. We're all boring in our own way. I like to sit on my ass all day, smoking weed and watching cartoons. I mean, there isn't much in there for, socialization. I just want to sit there, eat munchies, and watch cartoons. I'm 39 years old. I understand what that means.
Dude, I said that to this guy at work. He's married with kids, mind you, and he's like just as miserable as a single person would be, and he jokes about it. And fucking what was I saying to him? Oh, because he said about his kids, and he's like, I have to do this, and then I have to do that with them, and like I get so tired, and I'm like, dude, I'm 37. I'm fucking tired, too. All I want to do is fucking eat cereal and watch sci-fi movies. And he started laughing so hard. You could see it in his eyes. That's all he wanted to do.
Oh, dude, science fiction is by far my favorite movies. Anything that has to do with space or aliens or some kind of super intelligence or whatever. I love science fiction because they open my mind to possibilities. They're the most fucking...
I love fucking sci-fi.
It's the most comfortable place in my brain is opening me up to new thoughts. I don't know why. It does. I mean, most people don't like having their brain opened up over and over and over again. I like the fucking possibilities of anything you can throw at me, honestly, dude. I want new shit. I don't give a fuck if it's even feasibly possible. I will think about it. Like your idea earlier. Food porn for kids.
That's not mine. That comes from Patrick.
Oh, okay.
And I don't remember the fucking text of the conversation. Obviously, that's important when you're saying some shit like that. No, I wish I could take credit for that. I told him that'd be a killer punk rock band. Food porn for kids.
Honestly, I remember food porn when I was a kid. Well, Mr. Rogers would take you into like different fucking places while they made shit. It was like the first show to ever show you how things were made. He started out easy, like with the crayon factory, but eventually got to the chocolate factories and the candy factories, and you saw how they made the candy, and it was like taffy and stuff. And you're like, ah, that is food porn for kids. It does exist. It does.
So we've made one of the greatest discoveries of mankind on this episode.
And it's existed
the
since
origins,
the 80s.
The origins 80s. Of food porn for kids.
80s. Mr. Rogers.
That'd be like a great novel. The origins of food porn for kids.
That's the second album.
I'm talking a book. It's like in a leather case.
I know.
Oh, man.
Man, I used to love watching Mr. Rogers when I was a kid. He took you all sorts of places. He did.
I know. When the train would go through the thing, you're like, oh, I'm in this wonderful other land now. You wear that sweater? How could you not, as a kid, feel comfortable watching a show when someone's wearing that sweater?
Then I would watch Geordi from fucking Star Trek Next Generation sell me on fucking books. I'd never read any of the books, but
Rainbow.
I would watch him talk about the books and read the books to me.
Reading Rainbow, man.
Yeah.
I forgot. That's probably the thing he wishes he never did after he went on Star Trek. He's like, someone's going to see that.
I liked Reading Rainbow. I just missed his visor. I really wanted his eye thing to be on when he read the books.
Dude, they need to come out with it.
I also watched...
They need to come out with Reading Rainbow the way it was meant to be.
I watched Thomas with George Carlin as the conductor, of all people. he actually, if you listen to enough of his comedy, he actually talks about when he was a conductor for Thomas the Tank Engine. And he's like, I don't care what kids think about me. Fuck kids.
Oh, that was great. You have to be demented to do a kids show, man. You have to be. Look, fucking.
Oh, look at Steve from Blue's Clues.
Look at Pee Wee Herman, man.
I like.
You gotta be fucking demented, sick individual to do a kids show.
I don't know. I could totally do it, but no, that says a lot about me.
That's what I'm saying. See, it just proves right in every scenario.
I think I'd be pretty good at making a kids show. I can act like I have energy. I mean, right now I don't want to be fucking all upbeat like I am talking about shit. I'm actually very depressed, but I'm doing this because, well, I miss hanging out with this guy, and I've always wanted to do this.
I know you have. That's why I wanted to have you on, because you always wanted to fucking.
Well, I tried that one time and it just failed so miserably. Nobody wanted to talk.
Well, this one I can at least give the image of.
It was you, Dugan, and...
All the hits I get are me watching it back to back. Guys, this is like a warp zone within itself podcast.
He'll be 70 years old.
Going down this rabbit hole.
He'll be 70, 80 years old with his great-grandkids showing him.
2 billion hits.
This is me and my friend Shag when we're in our 30s.
The kids are like, do we have to watch this again?
You make us watch this every time
we
come
show.
here.
This is a good program. Don't tell us the story. Okay. All right, we'll watch it.
I do see us one day old and sitting on a fucking porch, but I always see us holding shotguns. I don't know why.
That's fucking beautiful vision.
In my image,
future.
we're rocking back and forth.
Cranky old men with shotguns.
Dogs, you know.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah.
Those guys.
Yeah.
Fucking.
That's always been like my vision of my old years. Like whether.
Me too, actually. To be honest with you, I want to be that guy. No, like think about it. Like I always worry about growing old because it's like, how can I still be cool? Do I have to finally get to the point where I do something different? I don't know yet. Not yet. But how better an image for my life could I have than being that old guy with a shotgun, cranky, fucking hoping someone steps on his lawn so he can put a bullet in their head and go to jail so something interesting happens. I went too far, didn't I?
There'd be a lot of dead animals, I'll tell you that much. I've got a really awesome sticker with my jerky. I want to share it with y'all. This is for PETA. People eating tasty animals.
That is awesome, man. When are the t-shirts coming out? The hoodies, pissing hippies off everywhere.
I understand y'all vegetarians. I do. I get you.
Well, there are some really horrible practices in the meat industry, and I like to. My goal is to start to go to a fucking butcher, like Weaver's Markets.
I respect y'all for trying to
You've got good points. You know?
Do something better for
Can't
the
argue
planet,
with
do something better for yourself. I understand all that, and I appreciate you, but sorry, meat's fucking good. And the whole reason I think India worships cows, I'm really going to fuck up right here, is because aliens came over in a spaceship because they saw them all starving and brought them cows because they have pure milk so they didn't have to drink the fucking nasty water that was killing them all off from dysentery. And they saw the fucking Martians or whatever using the cow, and they thought it was a holy object instead of what it really was a source of survival that they didn't use. They drank the fucking piss. They still drink the fucking piss. It is a common practice. I'm sorry. You misunderstood. Hate me. Hate me.
You remember?
Andrew J. Decker 79 at yahoo.com.
Come get some. I got a shotgun. I'm on my porch. Step on my lawn.
I believe in your religion. I believe in everybody's religion. I just believe that everybody got the fucking words that were given to them by the alien overlords wrong. I believe in Adam and Eve. I believe that they were in a fucking spaceship where they were being used as fucking, like, in a zoo. And you can read all this information from this computer, but don't read this information, which is the information about them. And how are you going to tell your fucking children in a world that doesn't have a single fucking mechanical object in it? How do I explain to this kid that we read text? Again, they didn't have a fucking book from this device that will not exist for fucking thousands of years on this planet. No, you tell them, do not eat from this tree, but you can eat from all the other trees.
What do you think they're going to do?
So they fucking ate from the tree, which was reading the fucking material on the computer that let them know that they were a science project. And I believe that they weren't the first man. I just believe that they were the first man DNA mixed with alien DNA. I believe that white people actually descend from aliens. I'm crazy like that. Suck it. Because there's a lot of black people and dark people from countries, from the origin countries, but no white people. Not a single one. I think that aliens came and mixed their DNA with their DNA and created us. The fucking pieces of shit of the earth.
We're like the shit in that fucking that's pressed up against the Metallica album Load. You're looking right at it, motherfuckers.
I believe that we shouldn't exist at all.
Maybe we don't.
Oh, Matrix thing has always been a theory because I see glitches and shit, and time keeps getting misrepresented as... I know when things happen, then all of a sudden a couple months later, that never happened. It's like
Mandela.
Yeah, lots of fucking shit. I mean, our heart's in the wrong place, people. Everybody remembers your heart being here.
Yeah, it used to be on the left. This
Now,
is gonna scare the
it's 2
fuck out of
inches-
you guys.
It's 2 inches closer to the center.
Your heart used to be on the left, and now it's like more center.
Yeah.
Like, think about that for you don't have to believe me, but think about that shit for a while. It'll
Look
start
it up.
fucking with you.
Look it up.
Start with that.
Everybody knows where your heart's supposed to be. That means some motherfucker went way too far back and fucked up our genealogy.
I mean, I first noticed it with the fucking Jiffy peanut butter. Like, that's something I would notice. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, so many people have died off, and all of a sudden, mysteriously came back. A lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
I remember a lot of fucking deaths, and nobody else seems
That's
to
why
remember.
they call it Mandela effect, because this dude fucking died, and then all of a sudden he never died. And that's kind of a strange concept that doesn't make any sense. Wrap your brain around that concept.
So there's only like two possible ideas that people have come up with. A, someone's going back in time and fucking with shit, try to fix things. Or B, we're clashing with another dimension where things are slightly different. Now, either way, our minds will remember the original, but I had an experience recently that made me follow something because I was watching this movie that I never watched before. There's apparently 2 more Star Wars movies about Ewoks that those fuckers didn't exist. And as I watched it, my memory was actually creating a memory of it existing before.
You guys think that that's not what's going on? Ask yourself, what is going on then? Explain to me that. Like, do you got anything to say about what you think's going on.
I
I
honestly
don't think you
think
fucking know that shit.
I personally just think they figured out time travel, and if you're rich enough, you have a fucking like do a mulligan. Like we'll take so much of your money and we'll spend the fucking uh, science money to fucking shoot someone back and save you from yourself. Uh, that's my fucking theory. I know it's conspiracy theory. I don't give a fuck. I have plenty of them. Personally, is mine. Also, have another theory about celebrities. So many died off ever since Elvis. Just die. And it got progressively more. I think there's an island somewhere where all these celebrities are actually living. I think Elvis invented the motherfucker. When you decide that you've had enough of being able to go absolutely nowhere because of your fame, you spend so much money and you go to this island, and every so often you have to do a performance for everyone that lives there, which is other celebrities like yourself and the rich elite that know it exists. But again, another conspiracy theory of mine. I'm crazy. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I got some theories and shit too. Fucking that I entertain that one too. But I don't think people are willing to admit that like you actually don't know as much as you think you know. So why would and the thing that really bothers me that I say repeatedly and repeatedly is someone will say that's a conspiracy theory. And I'm like, you are correct. That is a theory about people conspiring. I don't know why you self-sabotage that word in of itself to mean that it's not true. It doesn't actually make much sense. It is a theory about people conspiring. Obviously, you just fucking heard it. I don't know what the Mandela thing. I don't know if there's a force that's trying to. What is it, man? What's the? You know what I'm saying? What's in charge? Like a just fucking multi-dimensional beings.
There is a third idea, and that is the matrix idea. As we increase how many variables exist by creating more life, the processor, computer, whatever, is having trouble keeping up with us. They can only build it so fast, and our files get bigger all the time, especially with people's individuality that exists nowadays. Everybody has to be their own person. You can't just slump people into categories like you used to be able to. So the files are getting that much bigger for each individual, to the point where things glitch out. And they have to rewrite the code, and it's not always the exact same.
Almost like just to be able to, for people to be able to picture it, to kind of dumb it down a little, like that movie Dark City, where there's those things, but what's really going on is the people's perception of reality is being tinkered and toyed with on a consistent basis. That's what I mean.
And not everybody's going to be as easily swayed. Most people will
Some
just...
people are going to notice these little things. The fucking peanut butter.
No, I remember it being different too, man.
That's the one that made me think. I'm like, oh my god.
People even got pictures of the original.
No.
I watch a lot of... I watched hours and hours of that shit.
They got pictures. They're not like cropped.
It's like it's a picture from that time period.
How do we all know about it to fucking crop it anyways? That's just...
Because it existed at a time, but time changed at another time. Time is not a circle like all the movies make you think. If something changes from time, you do not go down the same path. You divert to a completely different path. This time ceases to exist. But this new path is where time actually is going. We keep getting spliced onto a new path. So, a lot of people, their minds easily just melt in the new information, while other people I'm thinking there has to be some correlation depending on the person, are able to pick up on the inconsistencies.
Those that are more aware. Open.
Willing to let ideas come and go.
Yep. You don't have to know everything to know something. That's the whole problem with people. Like, I don't know if any of this is that way, but I know I've seen the peanut butter. That's about all I have to go on, man.
The Bahamas
that shit
got
is
bigger.
real. The peanut butter. I don't know. Maybe it's not, but I swear it is.
What blows my mind is the Bahamas got bigger. It's 3 times the size it was when I was a kid. And is like 100 miles closer to Jamaica. It is fucking weird.
I think that could happen naturally, though.
If they went far enough back in time and affected Pangaea split, they could.
Oh shit. I didn't even hear that at first. I'm like, what?
Pangaea. Oh yeah, that thing.
If they went right back to that moment, tinkered with it, and it would make the current moment different. Now we're talking on butterfly effect. It's effects. Fucking effects.
Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. That must be part of time too. I mean, if you're gonna fuck with time, it's gotta be the same there too. Unless you go to a fucking barren wasteland. Well, even then, like, if you took a piss or a shit in a barren wasteland, your fucking DNA's left behind, don't know what's gonna happen with that. You're going to affect anything you touch, no matter where you go in time. The only place it would be even the smallest amount be okay would be going back earlier in your own life. If you could actually go into your prior mind, you'd still affect things, but it would be much smaller effects to time.
It's like almost triangulates with a couple other things that I think, and don't really know the whole picture of any of it. But this concept of fucking time. It's like a lot of, it's like, fuck, I don't even know how to describe it. It's hard to, so there's a theory that everything's happening all the time, always. Anything you could possibly think of is currently happening, and they're all happening
Simultaneously.
So what's really happening? Is it like, is your brain creating memory, like you were saying earlier, memories, just creating them every second of every day, and you don't know whether this has been that, you don't know whether you've been 37 years doing all this shit, or if it's just bam, instant memory program for one flash second. And then that theory leads to the fact that we could all be God at the same time, exploring itself, not knowing that it's God. and it's just trying to see what the fuck's going on because everything is nothing. So it's just making shit. I mean, that's, you know,
weirdly enough, being a computer program and God, in a way, are synonymous. Because if you were a computer program, you'd have all power initially. I mean, you wouldn't know how to use it unless your programming allowed you to, but essentially you would have access to all abilities, all ability to do anything. You just need to learn how to tap into said abilities.
You need to stop existing as your own ego. You need to stop existing as your own ego, and you become that. Or as layman terms,
let go of all perception and hyper evolve.
But that might not be the thing that you really want to do. But you know what I mean? It's not for everyone. That's what I mean. But yeah, that's kind of the things I was thinking about, and that's actually triangulates with this Mandela effect thing. It's not like a end all say all. Any one of these concepts could be a piece of a big picture that people are trying to figure out. And that's funny that you were talking about that because it did correlate with what I was thinking about.
I believe same thing about all religions have some premise and correlation to one another. I mean,
they're all interpretations of something that happened.
I also believe that aliens divided up the world into we're going to go here, we're going to go here type deal, depending on the conditions they're from. And that's why different races and cultures have different types of aliens that they've experienced. Like, if you think about India's gods, they have like 200 or 600, and each one has a precise skill and ability. It sounds like a landing crew to me. If you had a spaceship, you would have each science officer in charge of a different thing.
That makes sense.
But I believe in every religion. As crazy as they all sound, I believe in them all. I just believe the interpretations that we've been fed are wrong.
Something along the lines of what most of them are saying happened.
And the whole explaining what God is got lost in the translation. Because people need something tangible, and so they created a guy in a cloud. When I believe, I've talked to you about this, that God is actually an energy that flows through everything, sort of like Mandalorians, those fucking things on Star Wars they all have in their body. That give them the Jedi power. Not the Force, the Mandalorian. Anyways, I don't remember what it's fucking called. I'm not a Star Wars guy, I'm Star Trek. Sorry, guys. But
Star Trek, man.
I believe that something like the Force, where there's a energy that collected information of the time passing, saw everything everywhere, and is connected to everything. I believe that all around us, a lot like the internet and fucking phone waves, it's actually passing through air at all times in every direction in all places. And I believe that we all can tap into it because every famous scientist, Newton, Einstein, all of them said that they were able to tap into this information superhighway by doing cult things, drugs, meditation. They're able to tap into this information that exists all around us. And that's how they were able to get their ideas. They didn't actually come up with them. They took them from this information superhighway, and I believe that to be God. Because if you're surrounded by something that has that much knowledge to nudge something just slightly to know how the dominoes will fall, makes God make more sense. If they know everything about everything that ever existed, they know how everything's going to happen. Because you experience enough, you collect enough information, you know exactly what's going to happen next for pretty much everyone and everything. So that makes God more perceivable, if you think of it this way. Trying to think of a guy in a fucking cloud with a white beard that's fucking... Come on. God is not tangible if he exists. He is not tangible.
Up there licking stamps and shit. Fucking taking medications.
And when you die, you're not going to meet him if he exists. I'm pretty sure if you did, you'd probably be fucking shooting through many dimensions of some sort. I mean, his existence, even if he does exist, is unfathomable. And he couldn't really be a part of you because he's a part of everything. He already is a part of you. You can't meet him. You already have. You are right now.
Oh man, classic shit. Oh man.
I have a couple of thoughts. I don't know. Sorry.
That's your second Pepsi?
No, that's the first one still.
What's that one there?
That's the one I brought with me.
First one of the day.
That was the first one, yeah.
Because I was like, I really want some Pepsi. But...
You can have the one out there.
Oh, really? Okay, I gotta fucking... I'm watching someone drink a Pepsi.
It's alright, I gotta take a piss.
I don't normally have Pepsi.
Kind of want to wrap this up soon anyways. Just this, I don't need to go home.
Yeah, we were trying to watch a sci-fi movie and then we're like, oh shit, we were going to do that fucking Crown of Thoughts thing. And so, we got to get back to that fucking movie. Not quite yet.
I'm going to take a piss.
I'm enjoying my Pepsi. Sponsored. I keep saying it's sponsored by products that'll get the video kicked off. For dumb reasons, like, you could have the most horrible shit on a video and they'll pull it because you said that it was sponsored by Pepsi. Goofing off. They'll be like, what? You can't monetize this video. Like, I'm gonna fucking monetize this video. You see this fucking shit we're doing? This ain't very accessible to your average person. Who's gonna fucking... How am I gonna monetize this shit for like the 6 crazy wackos out there that can handle it, man? All that to say, if I want to talk shit about Pepsi sponsoring shit, I will. That's what I meant.
I love Pepsi. It's eaten away at my stomach lining and dissolved my teeth, but I still drink it.
Giving your teeth that like little grindy thing at the tip.
I've drank Pepsi since I was 3. There's been years that passed where the only thing that went into my mouth was Pepsi, as far as fluids are concerned. And somehow I am still here in better shape than most of you out there.
Yeah, motherfuckers. Should have drank Pepsi. It's like my grandma told me. She's like, we were so much healthier back then because we didn't take aspirin. It's like, fair enough. I can't 100% argue that. Or ibuprofen, like stuff like that. You know, motherfuckers in a weightlifting competition next week.
I don't do that shit. Don't listen to them. That's for guys that want to stare at each other's dicks while they fucking lift weights. Sorry.
Well, when I lifted weights, at least I had built a gym in my house.
Yeah, I'm not talking about you.
To counter that.
I'm not talking about you.
I first started trying it because I was just like, I just felt like doing it, and I would start going to the gym, and it was so fucking gay, man. You're at the gym around other people doing. To me, like exercising, doing cardio, and lifting weights is a personal thing. It's like something you do in your room, like do your laundry or something. You don't hang out with motherfuckers while you're doing your laundry. We've hung out while you're fucking. But you don't like hang out with motherfuckers doing your laundry. Why would you hang out with motherfuckers sweating and lifting weights and jogging and shit? I don't get it. I had to do it alone in my room, lifting weights and taking strong as fuck pre-workouts, getting my kicks out of fucking being jacked up on stimulant, and then I got a pinched nerve in my neck because I'm retarded. Now I can't do it.
I understand why they do it.
Oh, it's a rush.
And well, that's within a group because they are actually they motivate each other and shit.
Yeah. I know. I'm just saying that. That's the way I felt about it. Yeah.
Damn, your cat's fucking up your couches.
Well, the couch, for me, it's like a double whammy. The couch doubles up as a scratching post, man. You don't have to buy a individual scratching post for the cat. It's like I'm already fucking rocking this couch, sleeping on it. Scratch that, Fucking make me go to the store.
White Trash Fix-It-Alls. Brought to you right here.
Yeah, man. Fuck you gonna do about it? I don't think you're gonna do a fucking thing about it, man.
I don't know if you added a piece of rub to the corners, maybe.
Well, look at the couch. Like, what am I? It's not the newest couch to begin with.
It's a nice couch.
If I want a nice couch, I can go a level above that.
I don't think
might as well just be a scratching post.
I don't think anybody's puked on it. A couple of people.
I wouldn't fucking speak too confident about that.
Oh. Sorry.
I mean, it's my couch. I'd probably puke on it.
The worst puking I ever experienced
No, I don't
was
think so.
Hope Potter butt naked on my couch, and she puked into my couch. Into the crevice. In the back of the couch.
So many fucking puking incidents at that house.
Dude, I cleaned up more puke than I have ever puked in my life.
There's so
that
much
wasn't mine.
puking.
Y'all puked way too damn much. Especially Doug. That fucker puked all the fucking time.
I did a lot, but I was there a lot. Like, percentage-wise, I don't know if I was heavy at puking.
Honestly, you weren't that big a problem. You were average with a lot of people. But Dayton and Doug were my worst pukers. They puked all the fucking time. Davo made the coolest puke. He had just eaten Chinese, and it didn't like lay out like puke does. It was a solid mound of different colors. It was the most interesting look I ever saw. And while I'm cleaning it up, he's like, "I'm so sorry, man. Yeah, I don't really give a shit. This is kind of cool." The consistency was way off for puke.
So Davo, proud moment. Right
the best
there.
puke,
classic Davo.
The
moment.
best puke would be Greg, though. We were walking down this alleyway. We had just taken 5-methoxyalpha-methyltryptamine hydrochloride.
Good shit.
And
lasted 3 days.
If you ever watch the movie How High, the Korean dude fucking pukes fire hose level puke. It is actually possible to fire hose. I didn't know this until that day. Greg went.
Was that at the blood house?
No, dude, no. This he was like 16.
Oh, this was early shit.
Yeah, and we're just walking back to my house, dude. We're in the alleyway right across the street from my house, and he just fucking fire hosed, dude. It was the most insane thing I ever saw. I saw it because I was walking from a little behind him to the side, and I had to walk around to the side just to like watch it in its pure immensity because his mouth was as wide as it could, and it was just this fucking strong.
Like he was practicing for a puke competition.
Strong fountain, dude. It was I mean, it was this thick. And it was solid. I mean, the liquid was coming out at that amount. And it was just, I've never seen anything like it. I hope I never see it again because that was pretty fucking. I can't say it was good for him. I hope he like was getting ready for a piss test or something and just happened to have that much fluid in his body because he must have been
he
a couple
evolved
quarts
to pass
low
piss
after
tests.
that.
He just wake up in the morning. All right, I'm good. Detoxified.
The worst thing that ever happened was, and it created a fear, which is why I'm wearing a mask now. I almost killed this guy, my cousin, my girlfriend, and another friend. We all were puking blood for a week. All I did was order nachos from Taco Bell, and all 5 of us almost died.
Oh, dude, my mom had to rush me to the hospital, and I had to get water injected in me and liquid Depakote injected in me. I called her from my bed, and I couldn't get out of bed, and I was throwing up, but I didn't have anything to throw up, and so I was that bad I couldn't pick up my pill to take my pill, so that I couldn't do that, and so I like grabbed my phone like that and pushed her name, and I'm like, you need to come get me now. I ate Taco Bell. They gave me a barf bag in the fucking waiting room, and I used it. I couldn't stop myself. I was shaking and shit. They had to inject water and my medication into me.
It was scary. 3 of them went to the hospital. Me and Jake were the only ones that didn't end up in the hospital, but we were still puking blood the whole week.
It sounds like a joke when you say Taco Bell food. It's not a fucking joke.
Dude. And of course, I don't blame Taco Bell. Don't franchise out
Still eat it to this day.
I don't. I will never eat it again. But I also used to work there,
me a
so
chalupa.
I know things that the common consumer does not know. I'm not going to divulge that.
I'm not going to ruin your Taco Bell eating experience.
But
like you don't know.
But no, you don't know. You don't know. You don't know. But that's not why I stopped eating Taco Bell. It was because of the blood pukes and the fact that I almost killed 4 people that I cared deeply about. And that
I thought it was a pretty fucking cool experience.
Oh yeah, I thought me personally.
I've never
puking
been
blood
that
was,
sick, man. It's like you often wonder how sick could I possibly ever be.
That was less scary than the woods. It was less scary than the woods.
That's something. It's not necessarily good. I didn't fear for my death, really, but it was funny how everyone else was reacting. They're like, we need to get you to the hospital now.
Well, it's not normal to puke blood all the fucking time.
Like, I didn't think it was that serious till the responses started, and the nurse had me in that fucking suit with the fucking, the tube hanging off and shit. That's when I knew, that was a thing that was happening. Like, I wasn't just in agony. I was in poor. I was sick.
I would have.
I was literally sick.
I probably would have killed myself if one of those people would have died. Not even joking.
You'd probably be eating Taco Bell the next day. Sorry, bro. Still, it's good shit.
No, it created one of the biggest fears I've ever had in my life. I have such a fear of catching something, giving it to somebody else, and them dying.
Yeah, me too. And I got the test results. Not looking so good.
I don't really have a lot of fears. Most of them have to do with losing somebody that I care about. I do have claustrophobia, but I have no control over that whatsoever. And it's usually limited to where I'm held down and can't breathe. I'm afraid of bats, but that's because they carry parasites and rabies and lice. I'm afraid of lice. I'm afraid of bed bugs, scabies, and molluscus. We both had that. That was a horrible, horrible experience.
Won't say I know whose house it was that was infested with them.
It doesn't
I'm
matter.
not
It
gonna
happened,
say.
and it's over. But those are the things that scare me. Some of them are practical, some of them are not.
I mean, they're not good things.
Bats aren't exactly
Scabies you can play off as like badass because of that song, but I'm pretty sure I don't want scabies.
I'm not really afraid of rabies since they have a cure-all 9-shot into the gut thing. So,
What's this?
well, they used to have to take 7 needles about this long and inject them directly into your gut. But now they have this super needle where it's 9 different like fluids going into the needle simultaneously that they just inject into your gut at one time. So it's gotten a lot better.
Damn.
And they can cure rabies like that. So, I mean, it's not like a big deal, but it is scary.
The rabies is like the fucking town drunk of dogs.
You and me watched some very different Old Yeller.
It's like fucking. Is that the one where they kill the fucking dog?
Yeah, yes.
Like that was not an enjoyable movie.
He had to
for
shoot
me as
his
a
dog
kid.
because it got fucking rabies.
That was not an. Why would they make that for me as a kid?
It was a
So
Disney
sad.
film.
I'm like, fuck. I'm like, you killed it. How are they gonna do that?
I've
Like Bambi.
I've cried during so many dog movies. That is like the one place that I
Milo and Otis.
not
remember-
that one. I didn't cry on that one, but I love
Me
that
either.
movie. I also Homeward Bound, love that, never cried. But shit like A Dog's Purpose, which is a new film. Oh my god. That will make you bawl. He dies like 7 times in both movies. And you have to go through his entire life, and he's mistreated in some of his lives, and it's like so fucked up. But you just want to see it get to the end where everything's happy, you know? Never watch Marley and Me if you love dogs. Never, ever, ever, ever watch it. If you love dogs, you will cry. And once I realized about halfway through the film, I'm gonna watch this dog die. It's gonna fucking.
This is a reality I'm facing in about an hour and a half.
So I started crying halfway through and cried the whole way through to when he fucking finally died. But it wasn't like I could turn it off. I was already there. I had to fucking watch it.
I bet the actual dying part wasn't even that bad.
Oh, it was pretty fucking sad. It was all sad. You fall in love with this dog slowly, just knowing that the day will come when it's gone.
That's the story of any dog.
I know, but it's in 2.5 hours.
Dude, don't be saying this shit like Kanga's around and, you know,
I'm
I
sorry.
don't want Kanga worrying about this. Like, yeah, right. Like, I'm gonna die and that guy's gonna have to keep doing shit. I feel like that's not something a cat worries about.
I think
throughout its
Kanga
life.
got a lot of its life experiences out when it disappeared.
Yeah, because Kanga's a real mature cat, and you could see like personality in its face, more so than normal cats. Sounds like a weird thing to say, but this cat ran away from
a
this
year.
home
For a whole year.
for a year. Came back, laid down on the fucking sidewalk, and it was like, I'm back, Kanga.
Probably
God
has
knows
kittens.
what happened.
Probably has kittens out there.
Dude, it probably was a Homeward Bound type of story that happened. I don't know. The cat could have been
But
fucking
it knew where to go.
walking through fucking Virginia, trying to, you know what I mean? Like, comes back, it's like, I've had a lot of life experience. Like, I'm
good.
ready to come home and chill.
Yeah. That's what I get from it. Life's hard in the fast lane. Go back to Aaron where everything was just calm.
This cat's happy now. The cat was fucking miserable when she was in heat. And I wanted to kill the cat. I was like, this is a bad situation. I should try to resolve. Because the cat is crying all day and like won't leave me alone, and it's gross and disgusting. And I'm gonna kill the fucking thing. So, two bad things are gonna happen. I should probably go get the cat spayed. I didn't get the cat spayed because in my head, if you can't have a conversation with this animal about chopping up its genitals, then that shouldn't be the first choice that you go with. You know, you can't, the cat can't give you any of its opinions on it. But I think at that point when we were in the home and the cat was crying and I was kicking it away from me, I think the cat gave me its opinion at that moment.
You're a good kangaroo. Yeah.
All right, motherfuckers, we got a movie to watch. And if you made it this far, you have wandered down one of the craziest journeys of your life.
And if you aren't bored, thank God.
Yeah. Crown of Thoughts, motherfucker. Andrew Decker.
Later, bitches.
Andrew Decker episode.